references to phrases that refer to bones that we still commonly use in our speaking and in our referencing. Well, the bare bones of commonality in these two texts is this: the absence of hope. Ezekiel is speaking to a people in exile. They say, "Our bones are dried up." They feel like their life is gone and that they are a nation of dryness. They are bone weary. Their spirit is bone dry. They have no hope. In John's Gospel, you can almost hear those who wail at the house of dead Lazarus. And you know that they have a bone to pick with Jesus. If you were here, this wouldn't have happened. There is nothing like death, especially if someone who is close to you, to disorient and sap you of hope in a future without the pillars of life in place. Mary and Martha and Lazarus were once joined at the hip, and now they are disoriented, unbalanced, and have lost the backbone of their life. And God comes blowing through people with hope, with breath, with the spirit of life that rattles our bones and wakes the dead. And we are a people who snap to it when hope is within reach. And I'm going to just go through some of those ways in which we can see people leaning into hope in everyday things. Think of a few examples. Consider the reclamation of old furniture. Perhaps there are parts that have been picked up at Pick Apart for reclaiming a vehicle. Renovation items like Renew. Remember that? There's a Renew in Surrey. You can pick up old things to make things new. When someone says there's still life in her, then restores a car with a loving touch. That's a sign that people lean into hope. Now, we have heard it said, it's got good bones. And the renovation begins. Isn't this amazing, the transformation of an old ordinary house to something stupendous and new? We remember in The Lion King, Timon comes to see the desolated kingdom of of Simba, and he says, wow, talk about a fixer-upper. And he's talking about the drought and the devastation that the hyenas have caused, the imbalance when the circle of life is not respected. And then Simba accepts his rightful place as the king, and then the land is cleared of enemies. The rain comes, and new life comes to King Simba and Nala. The movie Seabiscuit. It's a true story of the undersized Depression-era racehorse whose victories lifted not only the spirits of the team, but also of those in the whole nation. In it, the trainer says, "You don't throw away a life because it gets a bit beat up." And he's speaking not only to the horse, but to the rider that has had some challenging things happen in his life. Well, with the advancements in medicine, we can now survive joint replacements and organ transplants. We are a people who lean into hope. So where have you found the willingness to breathe life into something that would otherwise be thrown away? Because as you know, they call this society right now the throwaway society. So where have you found that actually it's not? There are ways, even today, that the society reclaims those things that were once considered dead. You know, on April 29th, I've signed up to do a Women's Day of Service. And what we're going to do is plastic bags. We're going to make plarn, which is plastic yarn, and we're going to create beds for the homeless. Isn't that cool? That's a really neat thing. You might want to join me, April 29th. And so you reclaim those things that are often thrown away where you started. We are willing and prepared to work toward hope. But the passages this morning is about something more. When we have worked our fingers to the bone, but know in our bones that we have come to the end of ourselves, it is then that a generous God can work true miracles. And God is faithful. Ezekiel's response to the question, can these bones live, O mortal? Is more like, heck, I don't know. But hey, you're God. To prophesy to dead bones without much confidence and maybe a slight shrug with, okay, but don't get your hopes up, God. Because I have a feeling you might be disappointed. Because I don't know what kind of words you think I'm going to say. But these bones are really dry. They've been dead a long time. And yet, God is faithful. God is the one that uses skin and bones faith to create and to flesh it out. Isn't that something? Skin and bones faith. And when Jesus raises Lazarus, even through his tears, God's compassion fleshes out skin and bone faith. When we are confronted with places and people who cut us to the bone, with betrayal and failure, disappointment, cruelty and despair, and we see it throughout the world, we are called upon to build on a hope that is offered with our skin and bones. Our skin and bones faith can cause a rattling sound. Life-reclaiming spirit will come and breathe through us. You know, St. Aidan's has a time of hope right now. And I wanted to just use this image of the tree and this twisting. We had a prayer for Kara today, and that root is so integral to the part of St. Aidan's and to the current congregation, and it's swirling around. I heard today, or yesterday, that grandparents actually can avoid dementia by playing with their grandchildren. But here's the thing. If you play too much with your grandchildren, it works the opposite. Just take note, Jackie and Ernie. But isn't that an amazing thing? The old and the new, they bolster each other. They create hope in each other, and they strengthen that life within us. And that's what we are called. Kara and Camp Douglas, which is another community that is usually not here, but it's usually the younger people, right? Together with the congregation, we twirl together and we strengthen our hope in each other so that we can go out into the world with our skin and bones faith and change the world. God can use us. Bone up on hope, then, my friends, because God can use our skin and bones faith even, to move the world. So what are the reasons for your hope? And it's time to come alive in that. Amen.